Espionage here. Today we are going to be opening, building, and playing with the Atari Video Computer System Lego set 10306, which is actually the Atari 2600. So I guess the first thing we'll do is we'll open it and unbox it and let's lay it out and see what's in here. Okay, and looks like it's kind of cool that there's like some stickers and stuff in here too, right, for putting on the cartridges. And I guess we'll soon see. Let's get this manual open and get started with part one. All right. Well, it's in this interesting old school color, like it's dated, right? But let's have some fun with this Atari build. And it looks like we got some interesting background intro, and then goes right to the build. Alright, now that we finished the build, let's look at the features of the set and I'll also share my thoughts on it. So, first off, if you're an Atari fan, then obviously you're going to love this set. You should have already gotten it by now, right? It's more the folks that are on the fence, right? Like, is this thing good value? Is it something that I would find interesting, right? So now that we've built it, let's take a look. So the first thing to look at here are the three buildable scenes, right? So each of the games that's in this set, Asteroids, Centipede, and Adventure, they each have their own little mini scene. So it's kind of interesting, right, that they have these here. Kind of like, well, why do they have this? Like, they're kind of just sitting on the side. At first, I didn't really like them, but now when I look at them more, I do, because they really add some color to the set. Otherwise, it would be a very black and orange looking set, right? Mostly black. So, these little mini scenarios, they give some added color, but also some unique, three-dimensionalness to these games that we remembered from our youth. And then here's Adventure. And Adventure, I actually don't think I ever played this game, but from what I remembered or learned, there was an Easter egg in the game, and we have one here too in the kit. All right, and then now if we take a look at the cartridges themselves. Cartridges, once you apply the stickers, they look really nice, right? Because they look just like a game, right? They're gonna insert, and then let's take a look at Centipede. So Centipede's really cool because if you take a look, the image is like a Lego guy, and the centipede is Lego themed as well. So I thought that was cute. And then finally, adventure. All right, so now with these 3 games aside and the 3 scenarios, let's take a look at the console, right? So one of the things I really liked about the console was that it has a heftiness to it. Like when you're picking it up, it really feels heavy, like you're picking up an Atari 2600. So I thought that was interesting. What's also cool is the switches, right? The switches actually work. Power on, off, and TV, black and white or color, depending on what you had back in the day. And then game select. It has a spring rubber band in the build, so when you pull it and you reset the game, it pops back up. And then finally, we have the cartridge slot, right? So if you decide you want to play Asteroids, you get to insert the game right into the cartridge. Or you could insert the cartridge right into the console. So it's in, I'm going to play this, and then I decide, oh, I want to play a different game. Pull out Asteroids, put it in Centipede. So we get that whole feel, just like when we used to play when those of us who were younger, growing up in this day and age. All right, so the other things, let's take a look at the joystick. So this thing did come unplugged, but it's easy to plug back in. I wish that it was actually a little bit more secure. It's a very thin, what do you call it? These little bumps here, right? They don't really go in very far, so they doesn't stay very well. But the joystick itself is an analog stick that you can kind of move around. So that part's kind of cool. What I don't like, though, is this red button here. You can't press it, right? So this would have been awesome if you could actually push it down, maybe some sort of spring or something, so that way you really feel like you're playing it, right? But for now, it's just a smooth red circular tile. Okay, now let's take a look at the console. So already demonstrated the front, and then the back has a couple ports. This is a player 2 on the left, and then player 1 is on the right here, right? So I can just stick this right on, connect it. All right, so, and then finally, like the last part of this set that's interesting is that you can pull out this console, right? You slide the top out, and up pops a scene, right? The scene of a boy, presumably, you know, yourself if you're an Atari fan, right? Back in the day, gaming away in your home. So we have some old school vibes like a boombox, a video cassette tape, some posters and stuff from the late 70s, early 80s, and then the boy playing the Atari console. So let's take a look though at the boy, because this is he is a unique minifigure to the set, right? He is not available in any other set. He's got an Atari shirt, so that is what makes part of the minifigure unique. Bendable, right? As a kid, bendable to sit down, as he was sitting down. And one of his expressions is the shocked. I'm playing video games on a television. Wow. All right, now let's take a look at his other face as well. So he goes from shock to happy. This is actually fun. I enjoy blowing up asteroids. Right? So pretty cool, right? That we have one minifigure that's exclusive to this set. So if you're an Atari fan, then this is probably going to sweeten the deal even more, right? Because you not only get a whole console to build based on a beloved memory you had, but you also get a minifigure too with an Atari shirt. All right, now that we've gone through the features, let's do the review breakdown. So start with the good. First off, the good thing is the console, right? It feels very hefty, as I mentioned. So when I pick it up, it's feels like a real console. It actually looks really close to an Atari 2600. So in that front, both of those look really good. Second thing that's good is this mechanism, right? That you slide and opens the scene, slide and close, right? This whole, up, down, that's just a cool feature, right? That's like a hidden little mechanic. And then third, my other favorite part about this is the Atari minifigure and the scene, right? Like, I mean, this whole scene here is really cute and cool. We got the 80s vibe, got the boy playing the Atari. Just this whole scene of itself could have been like a gift with purchase type of thing, right? And it's just here. It's like unlocked right in here. So those are my three goods for this. So now let's go over the bads. First off, I think I had already mentioned one of the bads is this, right? The joystick not being able to press down, not a real button. I'm not thrilled with that. Second bad is this part here. This little section here, it's very easy to pop off, right? It doesn't stay in really easily. I don't remember the 2600 so much anymore, the real one, and maybe if this is authentic that it can just pop off this easily, then that's a bummer. But and maybe gets points for origin or authenticity, but just I don't like it that I can just like tap it and it just like comes off, right? That's a no-go for me. All right, and the number 3, I think that just the general build itself is not super unique or interesting enough like to justify its price. All right, and my final score is 7 out of 10. So, it's a pretty interesting set, but, there's still a lot other ones out there. I think the score would be higher definitely if you were an Atari fan, right? And at this point, you probably already have it. So, I think that concludes our review today. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.